So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Triple M here. Today's video, we're jumping into 5 free apps that can potentially replace your Netflix subscription. Now, these apps are going to be completely free. They are going to be legal, can be found in your Amazon App Store, in your Google Play Store, in your Roku Store. These applications, I'm going to list them from 5 all the way through 1. And what I look for is not only a lot of content, but also relevant content that I myself don't mind watching and sitting through an entire movie. So we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So we're going to jump into number 5, which is Sony Crackle. Now, Crackle's been around for a while, guys. This is formerly known as Grouper and Sony Crackle, and now it's just Crackle. So just to give you an idea, this started in 2004. Went through a couple name changes. Now almost 20 years later, it's still relevant. Now obviously this is owned by Sony, and you'll see a trend as I go through all of these services. This is owned by Sony. 40 million monthly active users. As far as availability, this is only available in the United States. So here we are in the user interface, and it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. You have a search, you have a home, you have a movies, and you have a TV show section. We go over to your movies. You can see you have different categories. So you have Megalodon. You also have 22 Bullets. Scroll all the way through. You can see you have some older content. Scroll down again. You have different categories. So you have Celebrating, Black Stars, you have Comfort, Classic, True, Crime, all right, Westerns, Vampires. Now again, this is going to be a decent application to have. You can see a lot of movies on here. If you go to your TV shows, you can see you have a ton of TV shows as well. Now again, Crackle is going to be a decent application to have, and you can see just have a lot going for it. Number 4. So number 4 is going to be Pluto TV, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking that Pluto TV is only good for your live television. Pluto has a ton of content. This is going to have a lot of TV shows as well as movies. So to just give you a back history, Pluto was founded in 2013, so that's 11 years ago. And right now it's serving the US, Canada, Latin America, most of Europe, the UK, as well as Australia. So this is serving a lot of different countries, which I do like. With Pluto, you have over 80 million monthly users, and just to keep the trend going, Pluto is going to be owned by Paramount. So far Crackle is owned by Sony. Pluto is owned by Paramount. So here's a look at the user interface. In my opinion, Pluto has one of the smoothest user interfaces, modern user interface in my opinion. It does have a live TV section, which I'm not going to get into too much today. I did do a full overview on Pluto TV, but as far as the movies, you can see you have different categories. These are not old movies, guys. You can see you have Matrix 1, 2, and 3. So Revolution is the last one, I believe. You have Colombiana, Stand By Me. All right. You have New Arrival. So Arrival is another one. So just a ton of content on Pluto. Definitely Pluto is one of the most popular streaming applications, and one of the draw to this is that it does have a lot of video on demand, but also Pluto has a ton of live channels. So definitely check it out if you're looking to cut the cord. So number 3 is gonna be the Roku Channel, and of course this is owned by Roku. Now Roku Channel, in my opinion, has one of the largest libraries of any streaming application that I've seen. Now Roku, of course, is owned by Roku, so the trend continues. The bigger companies, they're the one pushing these applications. All of these apps that I'm mentioning, they are free ad-supported television. So what that means is that you'll either see an ad in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end. But they do serve ad, but in my opinion, it's not too intrusive. So Roku, like I said, has one of the largest libraries, guys. You can go through it. You're going to have thousands of movies, thousands of video on demand. See right there, relevant content as well. Go to the main menu, you have different categories. So you have your news, thrillers, you have horror, sports, home and garden, dramas. Let's click on drama. All right, some older content, but they also have some relevant content. And again, for me, I like to watch something that I enjoy, and I feel like this has a ton of movies that I can sit down, geek out, not thinking about Netflix. So number 2 is going to be Tubi. And again, Tubi has been around for a while, guys. Launched 10 years ago in 2014. Tubi is going to serve a lot of different areas. So it's serving Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, Panama, United States, as well as the UK. So ton of countries. As far as the users, Tubi also has over 80 million monthly active users. So a lot of people are watching Tubi, and that's because it has a ton of content. Again, Tubi is owned by Fox. Again, the trend continues. These larger companies, they've seen the value in coming up with a free alternative to their paid subscriptions. All right, so if we go to the categories, you can see a lot of different categories on here. You have anime, you have animated series for kids, biopics, action, horror, so everything that you can possibly think of. One of the biggest things that I look at when I'm looking at these streaming applications is, does this have content that I would like to watch? And just looking at this, ton of relevant content, not too old, decent movies, ton of TV shows, and again, the overall user interface looks really good in my opinion. So that was Tubi, and that's my number 2. So number 1 for me is going to be Freey, and Freey is more of a recent addition. So Freey, this is one of the more recent applications. This is owned by Amazon. Again, the trend continues, owned by Amazon, which means that you do get a lot of Amazon content. Sometimes when Amazon don't have it on their main Prime videos, you can go to Freey, and more than likely you'll find newer content that's also still relevant. You can see we have some movies there. We have Madagascar, King of Manhattan. If I'm not mistaken, this was a couple years ago. This was released in 2020. The Invisible Man. So again, a lot of relevant recent content. That's the main reason why this actually made my top list. Just going through the movies that's offered, you'll think that you're on a premier streaming service that you have to pay for. Ton of content on here. I think Amazon's doing a good job offering this free ad-supported television. For this, I am demonstrating on 4K Streaming Pro. So all these applications are available in your Google Store, available in your Amazon App Store, and that's my top 5. Let me know in the comment section if you had to pick 5 applications that could potentially replace your Netflix. These are going to be free, legal applications. Which ones would they be? So I'll also put something up in the community section where you can go ahead and vote. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.